What's up? What's up? What's up? So, it's been a fun week. Well, I mean, mildly eventful. Nothing too crazy or out of the ordinary. Um, but yeah, you can obviously see my face. It's really not that bad, and I posted it pretty much everywhere. Mainly posted it.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
I got to turn myself off
So,
on the other thing here. So mainly mainly posted it everywhere just so because I have like videos and things that I need to like be doing, but I didn't want to look terrible for every single one of these. Like some of them are like sponsored videos and things, so I just wanted to like need to give my face some time to heal. But I'm more than happy to come on here with you, fine ladies and gentlemen, to do a live stream here on our weekly live stream on Thursdays. I put out, you can look in the description. I normally copy and paste that into the reminder emails, and it's like, I got hit in the face, got 7 stitches. Do you think I'm gonna miss a live stream because of that? Wrong. So that's where we're at here. But let me know if you can hear me, see me, and everything like that. Even though maybe you don't want to see me right now. But let me take a look at the chat here. Andrew says, I'm guessing you were wearing goggles. So no. I'll get into the whole thing if you guys want to hear it. We don't need to spend the whole stream on it. I do have other things that happened this week that I definitely want to talk about. But if you have any questions about this situation or anything else, drop them in there. Hashtag Q for anything, and yeah, we can talk a lot about it. But yes, was not wearing goggles, but we were playing hockey, so I'll talk about that in a second. Um, Steve says I've been very busy and I wear glasses, so maybe I wasn't looking at. See. Let's see what we got here. Was waiting for the stream while working. Nice. Just got jump scared. Yeah, sorry. Little Frankensteinish. Derek, you are right on time, my brother. You're good. Skating choreographer, what's up, what's up, what's up? Wayne Gretzky Jr. plays hard. Definitely not that good. I'm going to jump on a call in a minute, but appreciate you skating. Appreciate it. Yeah, so we can just jump into it. We can get the elephant. We address the elephant in the room there. So I posted about it in a couple different places or whatever, but like I said, mainly just because like I didn't want to. I kind of obviously want to tell you guys what's going on, but I also like don't want to be like completely absent. I want to give a reason because I would have been probably making more videos or maybe honestly. Well, this is the other thing too is I had 2 live streams scheduled. There was going to be a different one right now that's got pushed to next week. I don't know if I can spoil any of it, but it's with a guest, so we'll talk about that when it happens next week. And then I was also going to be on another channel for a live stream, and I had to reschedule that too. So more fun things in the hopper, more good content, hopefully a lot more value to provide for you guys. But I had to move some of it around, so I wanted to kind of like be like, yeah, this is the reason I'm not hiding, type of thing. But yeah, so just real quick on the story. What happens was, I'll give you the quick context. I have played a sport called deck hockey, ball hockey, street hockey, whatever you want to call it, since I was probably like 6, 7, 8 years old or whatever. Where I am in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, like southwestern PA, it's very popular. It's like probably one of the most popular areas for all it is. It's regular hockey, but we're not on skates. We're not on ice skates. We're not on ice. We're not on rollerblades. We're literally, it's like gym hockey basically. Like you're running around, but it's not in a gym. It's one of those like niche spin-offs almost of like regular hockey. So it's not like a super popular sport. Obviously, it's not like everyone knows it. It's getting much bigger, but it's not. It's not ice hockey. Okay. Point is, I'm not skating. I'm okay at skating, but not good enough to play like good hockey. So I played this since I was a kid. In many forms, but it's very organized at the level that I play it at now. We're not just like always just finding a place and just doing it. There's a ton of rinks in Pittsburgh, in the Pittsburgh area that are like basically that sport court material if you've ever seen that. So we just play in different ranks, different places all around the place. The other big pockets, if you're interested in any of this, the other big pockets are like in the Massachusetts area, in the New Jersey area, and then now there's leagues all over the country. I'm actually in the NBHL, which sounds bigger than it really is, a bigger deal than it is. But I've played in the NBHL for like 4 or 5 years now, since its inception, whatever that was. And it's like the National Ball Hockey League, and it's in United States, in Canada. I've never been on like any level of a national team, but this is not like an Olympic thing. But there is a world tournament as well. Like if you guys are overseas, and maybe some of you guys might know about this, like Slovakia, extremely good. Czech Republic, extremely good. Canada, obviously very good. It's very popular in Canada. My point is, it's not ice hockey. It's not roller hockey. It's ball hockey, deck hockey, street hockey. Okay. So anyway, I play this shit like 3 times a week for the last like 20 years of my life, because I don't want to get fat. Really, is the main reason. I like exercise and I like chasing the ball around, shooting it in the goal. So I was at a game on Saturday, and this was a pickup game. It wasn't like fully organized. Just a bunch of people get together every week, pick teams, and play a game. Adults, right? I mean, it's like just adult recreation. And I go there, and it's cold outside. It's like 35 degrees ish, and it's outside. It's not inner. It's not. This venue is not inside. So it's on this like sport court thing, and I get there, warm up a little bit, and then like 10 minutes, not even like 20 minutes after I get there, this happens. Like I'm the first one out there. I'm on like the first line or whatever. Like I start out there, and then ball, like there's literally two like whistles, like two stoppages of play. Like ball comes in, I deflect it, this guy shoots it, I deflect it out of play, and then the ball comes around. If you're familiar with hockey, if you're not familiar with hockey, I apologize, but basically, if you're looking at the rink, like if you're looking up the rink, like your goal is behind you, you're going the other way. I'm normally a forward, so the ball comes out to their defenseman up at the top. If you're looking out there, like the top right, the ball comes out there, and I've known all these guys for a very long time. This was not like on purpose or anything like that. I'm just explaining the story. The ball comes out there, and the defenseman is a lefty, so he's on his backhand like this, and the ball comes to the backhand of his stick, and he just tries to like fling it like back in towards like our net basically, and he shot it, and I was going towards him because I was going to try like deflect it or like block it or whatever and go the other way. And I've done this play like millions of times. Like, I mean, this has happened millions of times at this point, right? But I guess I got too close, or like his stick followed through a little too, like more than I expected. And it was just literally like back, like imagine me like running at you, and the stick just comes and just hit me right in the face. And honestly, extremely grateful that I'm not blind, had no vision problems, didn't have a concussion. Didn't break my nose. I don't think I broke anything up here at all. Like there's no signs of any of that. There's just like, kind of like a little bit of like, bruising, obviously, as you can see. But that's pretty much the story of how that happened. It's really like not that exciting. And I just like, it just happened. And then I was like bleeding, and I just went to the ground. I didn't like pass out or anything. I just went to the ground, and there's a lot of blood. Like it was kind of like spewing out of my head. But that was it. Yeah. And then I got myself kind of cleaned up, got like a little butterfly thing on there from First Aid Kit, really went to my parents' house because I was like I was relatively nearby. I was like, whatever. My wife was like babysitting and stuff. So I went to my parents' house, and I was like, should we go to MedExpress? Should we go to the ER or whatever? And this is where I want to like start giving you guys some, I don't know where you live or anything like that, but I want to give you some like random advice. Like the MedExpress that I went to was basically useless. Like they could have done it, but they were basically like, just go to the ER. Like they were like really trying to get me to go to the ER. So I think from now on, I'm probably just going to go to the ER where like the people that do the stuff all the time are. And so I was like there, and then MedExpress just like basically said, we could do it, but you should probably go somewhere else. I was like, all right, whatever. So then I went to the ER, and really great people just took care of me. It was like the MedExpress people said that the MedExpress people were like, yo, yeah, you might need to go to a hospital with like plastic surgeons on call because, like of the cut or whatever, da da da. And I was like, okay. And so we went to there, and then we get to the ER, and they're like, yeah, is that what they told you? Because this is like extremely straightforward and simple. It's like a couple stitches and you're out of here. I was like, oh, okay. So it's just take everything you hear with a grain of salt, I guess. And but yeah, they just numbed it up real quick, and then irrigated it, numbed it up, and then I have 7 stitches up here. And honestly, it's healing great, and that's kind of it. Everybody, I just gotta say thank you guys so much for all like the outpouring of support. This is my first time like having something like this with people that like a lot of people that actually care. So I greatly appreciate that. Sorry if I disturbed any of you with the pictures. I wasn't trying to do that. I have grosser pictures if you want to see those, but no, we don't have to do that. But yeah, I mean, but again, I try to inject some value. I would say like The things that I've learned from this are I was wearing a helmet, but I wasn't wearing like a visor or anything. So it's just like, it kind of did hit my helmet a little bit, but obviously I wasn't wearing any protection right here. So I'm definitely going to be wearing a visor. I actually did just play last night and I was wearing a visor. I got to like work on the visor because it's a little messed up. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Trying to think if there's any other big things. I can go to the chat here if you guys have anything else. Steve's saying, really, bro, back when I was back when I was still playing might hockey, I learned to not get the butt end or blade my stick. I know, yeah. I gotta wear a cage or something. You sprint, you run whole shit. Ball is amazing. Skill level is phenomenal. Those Eastern Europeans kick some ass. Yeah, it's wild, dude. It's wild. Appreciate you, Toby. Thank you for being here. That's a good question. Everybody keeps saying that. How does my wife feel? Yeah, she's pretty chill. I like waited to tell her because I went, like I said, I went to like my parents' house first, so I waited to tell her like for an hour or whatever, and she just I don't know. I love my wife. She's just like very chill about it. I was like, don't be alarmed. I'm not obviously at the hockey rink anymore. I am going to the emergency room. I'm fine. I have a cut in my face. And she's like, whatever. Now she's just been kind of like looking at it, kind of like just weird, the last few days or whatever. It's like, that doesn't hurt. That's the thing though. I mean, like, honestly, just got to express, my gratitude, for just my gratefulness that, again, I'm not blind or whatever and stuff like that. But also because extremely painless. Like everybody's like looking at it, it's like, oh, that looks like it hurts. It really doesn't. Like it genuinely, like it happened and it didn't really hurt when it happened. And then the stitches, like when they numb you up, like maybe there's a little bit of burning like stuff there, but that didn't hurt at all. Yeah, just extremely lucky. It's so funny though. It's so funny because I don't know if you guys have ever like played sports or whatever, and like you get like hit in the nose. Like you could just like get basically tapped in the nose and you feel it and it's like uncomfortable. I don't know what it is about this area. Maybe I just have like a hard head. I don't know, but it just didn't. I was just extremely lucky. It's like it's a weird thing because it looks funny, but it's not like it's gonna heal and it's gonna be fine. Like all this bruising down here, I think is just from like, kind of trauma to like the whole situation up here. But it's honestly gone down substantially. I've been posting on my Instagram, uh, all of the uh, all of the updates, and also we'll talk about this in a second. But I set up these, um, I set up these little links. I don't know if that's gonna end up being a link. Now that I didn't put that in there, that's kind of annoying, but if you go to like, I don't know if you have to put the protocol on there, the HTTPS, but mgs.link/IG, you can go to my Instagram. But yeah, did you say your wife was babysitting? Do you have a baby already? I do not have a baby. Probably in a year or so. Yeah, gonna be starting a familia here. I just turned 29 on the 28th of January, so yeah, I'm getting old. But yeah, she was like babysitting like a friend or like colleague type thing. So, yeah. Steve says, yeah, damn, I was about 8 when I was in a similar accident. I was putting a check on another kid, his head down, got some blade of the stick in my, yeah. It's a rough sport, especially, it's rougher on ice. I mean, blade went in his neck, it was 70s. Ah, damn. Sounds rough. Yes, more pictures, Frank and Mark. I don't know if I should show those on here. Maybe I'll put them somewhere and then just like say a link. Because again, like I said, actually another random thing. I learned a lot of random things from this. The other cool thing that I think would be really awesome for every single platform to do, but I don't know if it would be. I don't. I don't know if it really like warrants doing this. Is how like on Reddit you can do like not safe for work, and it's like it doesn't have to be like sexual. It's just like it would just be like anything like this basically. The stuff that I posted I didn't think was too gross. Probably some people disagreed. Sorry, but like I actually have ones where it still wasn't even that gross. I mean, it was my face or whatever, but like I mean, just where you can see the cut, like when it happened. If you're squeamish to blood, then obviously maybe it's a little gross. But my point is that I was thinking about posting those, but I didn't want to like just throw that on people's timelines. I wanted to do a situation where I could have just like blurred it and then you could click it and see it. Sometimes it auto does that, but it's like funny that like Twitter and or like X and like Facebook or wherever doesn't have that as an option where I could just say like, hey, can you like make this post something where people have to like opt in to see it because it is kind of like weird. I just that's interesting why they don't have that. But yeah, so I thought that was kind of interesting. And then like I said, I could probably just put it on like a page on my website and then just be like, hey, here's the link if you want to go look at it. You've been warned type thing. So I think it's funny. Andrea said I look tired. Andrea, it's because I've been rolling the dough in the pizza shop all night. So I need you to get your Andrea called off at the pizza place last night and I'm just like rolling the dough. So unreal. But Andrea, have you been working on those restaurant blogs though? Because if you've been doing that, then it's cool, brother. I appreciate you. Uh, Steve, bro, that area of your face and head is crazy. Sometimes I celebrate a celebration hug or play. You bumped. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's wild. Totally wild. Um, you look like kind of, is that a raccoon? Raccoon? Yeah. Yeah, it's going down. The swelling is pretty much gone. Just got to get rid of this bruising here. We're in the yellowing phase. So, yep, it is what it is. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions about that, I can answer those. But again, thank you guys so much for all the support. Literally everywhere I posted that, I got tons of people saying get well soon. I feel bad because again, like this isn't like an injury that like it hurts. It's just one that you can see really well. But yeah, we'll be good in no time, and a lot more cool content coming next week. I'm not going to stop the main live stream. There's no reason to stop doing these. I don't, it doesn't matter as far as like that. But I just didn't like. I'll talk to you guys here in a second. Like of the content that I have. There's a couple things coming out. A couple people that want to sponsor videos and things like that, and I just don't want to have like, I don't want to like muck up their content with my face if I could avoid that. So, Derek says, do you like any hockey movies? Goon, Miracle, Mighty Ducks. Yeah, I watched Mighty Ducks a lot when I was a kid. 1, 2, and 3 are good. I did watch Goon not too long ago, and Miracle's great. Obviously, I'm more of a like when I play deck hockey, I'm like a forward and like not a goon, not a like a I'm not the tough guy. More of like a playmaker potentially. So yeah, that's like I appreciate like the highlight part. I don't appreciate like the big hit part as much. So like I don't know. Goon's a funny video. Or a funny movie. I'm just saying like that's the type of player I am and the style that I kind of am because you win by scoring, right? So that's kind of the way that I think about it. But yeah, cool. So if you guys have any more questions about that, let me know. But I appreciate all the support, all that jazz. Let's get into some other stuff because I wasn't the only person doing things this week in WordPress and all that jazz. Because my face looked like this, I have a funny story here in a second of like what I was doing literally. I think the night of that happened or the day after because of the timing was crazy. So let's talk about some of these updates here. So first thing was this one is a plug for stuff that me and Kevin were doing here yesterday with WP Townhall. We had a WP Townhall yesterday. I think it was around 11:30 or something. That was with Chris Pearson. Now, if you guys don't know who Chris Pearson is, you're probably like, I mean, to me, I was like kind of newer to the space here not too long ago, right? Chris Pearson, the high level of who he is, he developed a theme and like basically like one of the first premium themes called Thesis. I think there's another one called Focus, but he has like, I think it's DIYthemes.com, I want to say. It's DIY themes right now on X if you want to follow him. But it was a really good conversation. It was one of those interesting ones because everybody feels like Kevin is extremely opinionated. People that know Chris from back in the day and now like he still makes videos like think that he's kind of really opinionated, and it was a really good conversation. I was kind of in there and I was like trying to analyze like everything that Chris was saying. Kevin was asking really good questions. Matt Medeiros was I think our only speaker that came into town hall portion of the show. But I would really highly encourage you guys to, if you want to, we're going to continue to do this, Kevin and I, we're going to continue to get guests that are, potentially like, controversial, provocative or whatever, or just have like interesting opinions and thoughts and different things. Chris was talking about his new framework and methodology and philosophy on how websites are going to be moving forward. I don't know if you guys caught any of the town hall. If you have any thoughts, you can drop them here and we can chat about them. But I thought it was really interesting. I like having these conversations with people that want to explore like alternative thoughts of how things are going to be, just hear like people's different lines of thinking and how they arrived at different things. Chris is working on, he said yesterday that he's working on a new platform that would be like a WordPress type of replacement, like basically its own CMS. Wishing him the best of luck with how that continues to go. We're going to continue to follow that. But yeah, I mean, overall, it was just a really good conversation. And yeah, I think that we're going to have more of these. We got another banger of an episode scheduled for Monday, not this coming Monday, but the following Monday for WP Townhall. I'm not going to release who we haven't really announced yet, so you're going to have to guess who's going to be on that episode with us. But we're trying to do the guest thing where it's me, Kevin, a guest, and then whoever can pop into X and can ask questions. And if you're in my stream too, or if you're in Kevin's stream, like you can ask us questions and we'll relay them as well. But it's really cool that it's interactive. I think. I mean, again, I'm loving the concept of WP Town Hall so far, and hopefully you guys are as well. If you have any feedback or thoughts or anything, definitely just let me know. What do we got here in the chat? He's one of those speedy wingers who we love to smash. Yeah. I used to be faster. I'm getting slower in my old age. Actually, I'm not seeing good. I just Googled hockey base. Nice. Missed WP Town Hall. All good. Laravel CMS. I don't know if he's using. I think he's doing like his own thing. So I'm not exactly sure. Had to watch it on Safari and it could not react or anything. Yeah, Safari. I don't know, man. These Macs, man. Safari. I don't know. I'm a PC guy. But yeah, so we got that. Random thing, if anyone cares about this, is that we're having some weird audio issues with this. So like you'll hear in my stream that Kevin and the speakers sound a little robotic. Kevin and I were talking about this earlier today. And then over on his stream, he sounds good and me and the speakers sound robotic. So it's literally like opposite. But when we record it through X, it sounds fine. Like when we get the audio off of X and put it onto the actual podcast, like there's an RSS feed for this, it sounds fine. So it's really kind of like strange and like annoying that is the case, because and it only happens when we add a speaker to the actual event. Like when it's me and Kevin at the beginning, it sounds fine everywhere, and then we add a speaker and then we get this like robotic thing. So if you've been watching on one of our streams and you've been experiencing that, I apologize. It's something so strange though, where like it's from X and it's like as we're streaming from the platform of X, it's making some weird shit happen. So we're diagnosing that. Don't know exactly what the problem is, but that is just a random thing that is going on that I want to keep you guys informed about. But yeah, definitely WPTownhall.show. Did I already put this thing in here? I did, yeah. And then I'll just drop this link if you guys want to see it. There we go. Yeah, Arc was acting stupid. Yeah, I feel like aren't they doing a new one now? Isn't there going to be another browser, and they're like basically abandoning Arc? That's I never got on the Arc wave. I've literally just been using Chrome, but I may end up moving to like Brave or something someday. I'm not sure. I just like my Chrome experience so much because I have 3 different browser profiles. I can go to each one of them. It's nice on the phone. Google Password Manager, all that jazz. So I ended at 11 a.m. with a convo with a new client, a local guy who builds custom golf carts. I'm excited. He was referral the easiest type. Oh, nice. Nice. Sweet. Are you saying you got a new client from that? That's pretty dope. Congrats if that's the case, Derek. Nice job. Let me go to my things here. We got WP Town Hall. Okay, so let's keep going. So next one is Bridge Builders. Tomorrow, in 26 hours. There we go. Very exciting. Bridge Builders. It's back. Well, I think this is our second one back, I think. But if you're interested in either of these ones, it should be definitely entertaining. So if you can see here on the screen, you might notice you might recognize Lex on the right. He's gonna be using green shift. He uses bricks, he uses all sorts of stuff, but he's gonna be using green shift tomorrow. And then did I say on the right? The left? I'm losing my mind. On the right, Lex. On the left, Josiah Hofstetter from the Divi gang. So that's pretty exciting. They have Divi 5, I think, right, coming out. And I think he's going to be kind of doing some of that. I don't think it's fully released. So I think there's just kind of a new UI, new experience. I think some of you guys probably know more than me about Divi. I haven't ever really used it heavily, but I just keep tabs on how everything's going. So that's going to be an interesting one. Divi and GreenShift. Obviously Divi's been around for a while. GreenShift is more of a, I think it's more of like a block editor style thing, right? Like it's built kind of a top of Gutenberg. Really excited for that one. So myself, Maddie Eastwood, Brendan O'Connell shall be there tomorrow. Click that link in the description. Click this little notify me button so you don't miss it. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Nice. Let me go back to the chat here. Easy to sell. I basically did nothing to sell myself. There you go. Those are the best kind. Those are the best kind. Hell yeah. Congrats, Derek. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, bridge builders. We also have like kind of some, I think there's some like, this one, we actually got some deals and things going on. So if you want to try to get like GreenShift, you can come down here in the description, Divi Machine, like some different ones, different tools, obviously, that the guys are going to be using in the video. So I would highly recommend that you go check that out if you are interested. And like I said, tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, bridge builders. Let's keep getting it. All right, so the next one here. So I want to talk about this. So this is an interesting, funny story. I can't, what day was this? This was 6 days ago, January 31st. That was Friday, but I didn't watch it until like Saturday night or Sunday night. So I have, this is really funny. If you guys haven't seen this video yet, which I think it's kind of popped off a little bit here and there, but if you haven't seen this video yet, I think you should watch it. I'm going to give you my quick high-level thoughts, and I think to follow, I may give some more thoughts. But this video came across my radar because Brendan O'Connell sent it to me. I think he sent it in our group chat, Bridge Builders and stuff. But here's the lowdown on as everything I can tell. The guy you see on the screen, his name is Julian. He is like a community partner manager, something, some sort of role like that for a plug. It's an add-on for Webflow called MemberStack. It's like you can build membership platforms, stuff like that. Their website, I don't know if there's a link to their website around here, but it's pretty cool website. You should look at it. I might bring it up here in a second. But pretty cool thing. But not like immediately it's like, why am I talking about Webflow? Well, the reason Brendan sent it to us is because, like you can see by the title of this, it's Webflow Experts First Time Using Bricks Builder Crash Course. Now, if I know anything about the Bricks community, it's going to be very, like the reaction to this video is going to be kind of interesting. And again, I don't know if it was posted in there. I can't remember, like I haven't seen every thread or whatever, but it'd be interesting for me to go back and take a look at that. But there's two people in this video. There's Julian, and I'm blanking on the other guy's name. What's the other guy's name? Duncan. So Julian Duncan in this video. Julian has used Bricks for a month. Duncan's never used it. They've obviously used Webflow for a long time. They're experts. They build this plugin. They have this plugin. I think Duncan is a co-founder of this MemberStack add-on plugin, whatever the hell they call it at Webflow. They built that thing, and they've been doing well, supposedly. Like from everything I can tell, like I said, it looks awesome. But now, I am hypothesizing on some of these things. Why would you be a Webflow add-on and be talking about Bricks Builder? Well, as from this and from other things that I connected on the internet, and it's probably not a secret, they now have a WordPress plugin for this MemberStack thing. It's very new, but I think they released it like the same day they did this. Good marketing, honestly, like kind of pretty good marketing. That you would put a video up about you using Bricks when you're breaking into the WordPress thing. Seems like a good idea. I had a ton of thoughts though as I went through this, and I literally sat here. And I had a Band-Aid on my nose and like my forehead here or whatever. And I recorded my reaction to this. And I didn't plan on like posting the video because it was like literally like the day that happened or whatever. But I wanted to watch this video and I didn't have anything better to do. So I would sit here and I would like pause the video and give my thoughts as it was going. And I was just going to use the audio. Honestly, what I was going to do is I was going to use the audio, transcribe it, and then create like a blog post about it because I'm absolutely not going to write it. I was going to have like Claude do it. And I didn't fully do that yet. I have the transcript and like started doing that. But basically, I'll give you the high level thoughts. There's a couple different things that they say in here. And again, I would recommend that you watch this. But it's a really interesting perspective from seeing Webflow people talk about Bricks. because the high level of this, and I can't really show you, they're using like local, and then they just install vanilla bricks, and they basically just build like a button. They don't even really get into components, even though the Duncan guy was like saying like, hey, we want to do components, we want to use like that's something like we could possibly build. Also, I forgot, I'm jumping around a little bit, but there's also this part's really interesting. There is let me see if I can get rid of this. Don't play there we go. There is I think Julian, set up a website that is a bricks component library. It's called bricksboard.com. Let's go to it. If I could spell bricksboard.com. So they set up, and let's just go to MemberStack too. Actually, it's probably gonna, will this take me somewhere? No, okay. So there's this website here, okay? So there's this website here called bricksboard.com, okay? And this is something, another like marketing seemingly thing that they're doing to break into this ecosystem. Again, I'm guessing, okay? I'm just putting the dots together. So MemberStack was that Webflow thing. They're breaking into the WordPress ecosystem with a plugin and also like one of these things to kind of like add value. Cool idea. You could just come in here and you go like, okay, let's go to like view this component, whatever. Okay, well apparently it's broken now. But apparently I was using this the other day and it was working, so I don't know, maybe it's just messed up right now. But the point is that you could come in here. It's brand new. They didn't really market it, I don't think, or anything. And apparently it's like potentially free or whatever, or at some point. And basically it's just a bunch of components that you could just come in here, you click view, and then you click copy the JSON, and then you could just paste it on your website. Cool idea. Kind of reminds me of Skelementor, if you guys remember Elementor, and like somebody built Skelementor and you could kind of like bring in like a bunch of templates or whatever. So this is a really cool idea. It's very interesting that this was the first idea to kind of like make happen as you're breaking into the space, because, I'm always like kind of skeptical of like, hey, like you guys know web design, Webflow really well. WordPress and Bricks is definitely similar in a way, but it's also really different. Like one thing that I picked up, which was none of this is criticism. It's just like all observation. One thing I picked up, if you go back to this video and you watch this, they're going to say the word tag like 50,000 times, and they mean ID. Like they're talking about the CSS in here, and they're like saying like the tag for like a button or the tag for another element. And it's like, I'm pretty sure we're talking about IDs there, because they're saying like the tag and then the class. So my point is that it's just, all of these things were really interesting to me because I haven't used Webflow extensively, and like Webflow seems to be like a solid pro building tool. And as soon as they get into the bricks environment of this and the UI, they're like, wow, this is like really interesting and really like way closer to what we experience in Webflow. This whole video is really interesting. It's super interesting. Like, they go through local, which is interesting, and then they come through and they're like, okay, let's install bricks, and like let's do that. It's like very like from the ground up. And they're going through this whole thing, and like, let me see if I can get the part exactly here. They're in the the UI where we're familiar with. We have to like create the page and then go edit with bricks. And I think Julian says, he's like, yeah, I don't even know how to necessarily use this block editor, so we're just gonna go use bricks. It's just comical because it's not comical that he doesn't know. It's comical because like this environment right here that we know of bricks is very similar to how like a Webflow person would react. And I'm wondering, and then we just had, I didn't have this linked up, but we just had Jamie Marsland's video, and then Brian Cord's reacted to that video about the UI and the UX of Gutenberg and the block editor in general, and just like some people I guess love it, but like beginners I thought the idea was that beginners were gonna love it, and the beginners don't seem to love it, or like I don't know. I don't have enough boots on the ground experience, like training beginners in Gutenberg to actually know. But all I know is like people are saying it now, like including potentially Jamie and Brian. So I mean, it's just interesting. But anyway, back to this MemberStack thing. They're breaking into the space. Again, best of luck to them. I thought this video was super interesting. Had a lot of thoughts on it. Just trying to like kind of think about like how they were basically assimilating into the bricks ecosystem. And overall, pretty good context for that. They don't do much, obviously it's brand new. They're just like put in a couple elements, style, button, things like that. But I think in one way it's kind of cool that this, workflow, the platform of Bricks, the plugin and theme of Bricks is similar to what you would expect from a Webflow thing. In some ways, it's like if Bricks wanted to pull people into the WordPress ecosystem, that's a really good pool to pull them from, so to speak. You know what I mean? That's a good audience to pull them from, because these guys did seem like they could pick it up pretty, straightforwardly. And again, to a degree, this is kind of like the blind leading the blind in a way. Like Julian, I think, has only been using it for a month, and then Duncan kind of jumps in here. And it's my point is, like, they're not like seasoned vets here that are like doing stuff. They're just relatively like power users of a different platform, and Bricks seems to be kind of straightforward for them. So that was kind of cool to see. And then again, I don't know what their plan is with the Bricks board situation here, but that's kind of a cool concept that I think other people are probably going to pull from. Again, this is similar to like template libraries and things like that we've had in the past, but this is specifically for components, which is awesome that you can share those. I think more of these are going to pop up. That would be kind of cool. We could definitely see these as like a SaaS service type situation. Yeah, so I don't know. I would just maybe consider following it and checking them out. I mean, this is not sponsored in any way. I'm actually trying to reach out to Julian. He seems like he's pretty in tap with the community and everything like that. Haven't heard back from him yet, but I don't know. Just I like this concept. Maybe we'll have Webflow people on bridge builders at some point. We need to. I'm gonna tell you guys. I talked to Steve. He's in the chat. I talked to him last night, like about Elementor. I'm not saying like we're moving to Elementor or anything like that. I'm just saying that like I am sick of me personally not having the actual experience when I'm talking about stuff. Elementor, as the example, has changed heavily. We say like Wix and Squarespace, and they all suck. Honestly, I kind of do have some experience now, and I kind of verify that. My point is, I don't want to make like blanket statements without actually having somewhat recent experience in those platforms, just because I feel like that's the most honest way to kind of do it. So I've used Webflow for 5 minutes, so I can't really comment on Webflow. I can just comment off of what other people say about Webflow. And it would be really cool to at least see it in action, be able to ask some questions. And again, time is valuable. So if we could do that in a way where you guys all get value from it and benefit from it as well, that would be fantastic. And Bridge Builders is just one way that comes to mind. But this is that member stack website, and apparently they are, again, based in Webflow, but they have the WordPress plugin now. And I don't know, obviously they haven't changed too much about their website just yet. I like this little party parrot cursor. But yeah, so just thought that was super interesting. It was another thing that was came across my radar today. Cool website, kind of modernish, very nice. Let's see what we got here. Derek talking about Divi has been ticking me off lately with all the unused CSS and JS. I hope Divi 5 is much better. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Hopefully Josiah shows us a little bit of it tomorrow with Bridge Builders. What is Viewstats? Is it a Chrome extension? Yeah, it's a Chrome extension. It's like if you ever heard of TubeBuddy or vidIQ, Viewstats is just another one of those. I believe it's actually Mr. Beast's thing. I just found that out. I got it as a recommendation like a while ago, and I think they just kind of like rebranded, or I don't know if he bought it or if he made it. I don't know. But I logged in. I was like, saw a bunch of Mr. Beast videos telling me how to do videos. And I was like, fuck. So, yeah, I don't know. It seems okay. I don't have the pro version or anything, so I just have it installed. But all it does is just gives you extra analytics, like, kind of gives you this thing over here, and then if you click on like view stats somewhere, you can go to, is it this one? Yeah. I don't know if you need to be logged in to even do this or anything. I think you could just go to viewstats.com and then like type in a channel or anything like that, and you get all this data. All this stuff is weird. I mean, just as a random aside, this stuff is like, it's all public to a degree, but then like there's certain pieces like you could see like why don't I just use mine so I don't like let me go here, Brendan. We can go check out Brendan. So like Mark, if like we go down here, then like channelytics, videos, projections, similar, like whatever you want, so you can kind of just see all this. I'm very open with all this shit anyway. I mean, I'll tell you whatever you want to know, but then you can go over here and like people, actually, where's it at? Is it here? Yeah, so like estimated revenue 29. I'll tell you directly right now. Is that accurate? Last 28 days, I think it's actually like 120 maybe. I think, because you guys have been so nice with with group memberships and stuff like that. The join button right below the video. So it's pretty accurate. I mean, these are small numbers, and this is just AdSense, right? That's not like sponsorships or anything like that. And then you, what was I gonna say? You could, I don't know. You just do like extra stuff in here or whatever. It's kind of cool. I don't know. It's all public data because it's all just being pulled from like the Google API. Related, I want to do some cool stuff. Hopefully, Brendan and I will be able to do it on doing things with like automation and stuff like that, because I do want to tap into the YouTube API a little bit more for just like pulling these types of stats into like my website, for instance, to just show like sponsorship pages and things along those lines. A lot of different things going on there. Yeah, just fun stuff all around. So check out all those things. Let me get rid of some of these tabs here, answer some more stuff. Skelementor still kicking. Yeah, it's very interesting. I never really fully used it, but it was definitely something that I thought was very cool at the very beginning. It's funny how every website builder has its own language when it comes to, yeah, I wish that wasn't the case, but I feel like everybody needs like feel different, which is like annoying. So like Kevin, I think, just put out a blog post not too long ago, like a call for consistency in naming conventions. I would love that. I feel like that's extremely necessary. It's just everybody wants to be innovative, which I understand in some ways, but then there's like a limit to that, because if shit works, don't like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So I don't know, just a weird situation we find ourselves in. But a couple other things here. I have an events page on my website now, which is kind of cool. I will give you the link to that. There we go. Why did I do this? Well, the reason I did this is, one, because I like putting random shit on my website, and two, it's because it's my like personal thing here, and I want to kind of like let y'all know where I'm headed in this case specifically. So, couple updates on this. We have somehow, much to the chagrin of my wife, turned into a globetrotter in like 4 months. Like I went out to Portland, met guys like Steve and so many other people out there in person, and for WCUS 2024, great time, unbelievable time, good golf, good weather, great like speaking, great like different things, ground zero for the whole WP engine shit. Really, honestly, it was like just unbelievable. The whole experience was like wow. And yeah, so did that, and that was my first time like actually traveling. I'm not like a world traveler. I've been to Italy once, a long time ago, just because that's where my mom was born. And then where else have I been? I go on cruises like with my family, but that's like just normally out of New Jersey or down in Florida occasionally. And I just like go there, we go on a cruise, we come back. It's like I'm not like going all over the place. I'm not even traveling like the domestic United States that much. Mostly in the car. Okay, I'm not afraid of planes. I just haven't flown that much. And honestly, like I think I have like on certain types of like roller coasters and stuff. Like I definitely have like a little bit of a like equilibrium inner ear type thing. Like my ears like kind of like get like really annoying, and like I'm very sensitive to like being in a plane and stuff like that. So it's not something that I've done heavily in the past. However, I have a lot of opportunities now that I have to take advantage of, just because like I'm putting content out there, people give a shit about it, you guys care about it, you support me, I can't thank you enough. And I'm getting opportunities now to go places, really like go places like kind of sponsored to go to these places, some of them here, and I just have to take advantage of them because I want to continue to create connections. I want to continue to bring back great content for you guys. I want to continue to educate, build these connections, all this stuff, right? And that's literally where I'm at, and this is where I'm headed. So this year is going to be absolutely my most amount of travel that I have done in a long time. I mean, it's unbelievable. So I made this page. You can go check it out. Take a look at all the stuff. And I'll just kind of walk you through a little bit of this. And if you want to see how I built any of it, we could definitely do that too. But I'll walk you through what this is and also kind of how I built it. And if you need to see anything specific, we can dive in. But so CloudFest, Hackathon, and CloudFest, those are really like the same thing, but just like two parts of the same event. So the Hackathon is quite an exciting thing. If you've ever heard of CloudFest or heard of the Hackathon, it's like one of those things where people bring projects and they work on them literally for like 2 days straight on site. think there's 10 projects. Some of the information isn't like fully announced yet. But if you go to, this link here, you can see it, and I'll copy this for you guys. Boom, boom, boom. I just peered over to the chat and I saw Matt Medeiros' face, and I want to see. I knew it was gonna be snarky. Did you put new luggage in your tools page? I will. Don't do not think I won't throw another affiliate link on there. Okay. We got to eat, buddy. I'm bringing the value. It's nice luggage. It's white. It's beautiful. Anyway, if you go to that link in the chat, you can go to this CloudFest hackathon here, and I want to actually just show you because it's somewhere around here. This is like, again, where they go, where like there's like 10 projects, they go and they work on them directly, and then everybody gets presented everything. I think if we go to official partners, look at that. Who's that? Szymanski Media. Look at that. Who is Szymanski Media? I have no idea. I mean, that's Szymanski Media LLC is where I kind of like do all this consulting, content, everything like that through. So I had to whip that logo up because I wasn't just going to put my face on here. That would have been a little out of pocket, I feel like. So yeah, Szymanski Media is an official media partner of CloudFest Hackathon, which is exciting. And what does that mean? That means that I'm going to be there. I'm going to be talking to people that are doing the projects, kind of filming some different things and all that sort of stuff, and bringing that content back to you guys. So if you ever want to go to Germany and you go to the hackathon, participate in the hackathon, or just go to CloudFest, you can get an idea of what that's like. That is what I'm going to be doing in March 15th through 17th. I will be in Rust, Germany, a few hours away from our beloved friend Matty Eastwood. He is based in Germany. A lot of other good, I think, WordPress people are out there as well. But yeah, we were traveling to Europe, and again, been there one time, not Germany, but Europe, Italy. It was like 2012 or something like that. So yeah, it's exciting. I have all the travel booked. I have the hotel, like everything's like taken care of there. And I don't know. I'm just excited to do that. I got these little meetup links too. I kind of want to go back and forth on like actually what it is and also kind of the way that I built these. So each one of these are just real quick from a technical perspective. If you need to do something like this, these are events. So it's an events CPT. This is like pulled from the actual like start date. So I have a start date time, an end date time. And again, I would always recommend using date time in like 99% of use cases because you can modify the way that it outputs. But if you do like start date and then start time, it just starts getting really annoying. You have to use multiple fields. I would just personally do that. Even if you don't need a time, I would still do date time is my point. So I have this is like a little dynamic tag and then a dash, and then this is dynamic tag in a text editor. Up here is just the post title. Down here is the location. More info is just a link, and it's an external link. I just got this thing working recently here from ACSS, the auto external links. So they just like go out to if it's an external link, which in this case actually. In this case, I might need to do something different because this actually isn't. Well, no, that one is an external link. I was thinking something different. But I have these as, these are actually, I want to talk about this in a second, but I did like a new tracking system for the links and my short links. I did mjs.link, and I have like a full WordPress install at that domain. And the way that I'm tracking everything is using Better Links. I'll come back to them in a second, but I'm just giving you guys the thoughts there. And yeah, so these more infos go out to the actual websites for the official ones. Meet up with me goes inside my website to what is currently the events single, and all this is dynamic. So that's dynamic post title. This is like static, and then this is dynamic, whatever. Design is ass, but it is what it is. So then come down here, and this is late point. And I know I believe Derek was asking about late point in one of the other comments, and late point is awesome. I know the main development team and everything like that from WordCamp US 2024. Even since then, there's been so many cool things that have been added to it. I know there's other ones. Obviously, there's Fluent Booking. There's all sorts of stuff. I was using Calendly. I don't like Calendly in the WordPress environment because when you embed it in here, it just makes this experience extremely shitty. You need something that's like native to WordPress, which could be like a Fluent Booking. I just feel like LatePoint has had more features at the time, but I haven't looked back at Fluent Booking in about a year. But currently, it's LatePoint, and like they have like this cool thing where you can like change all the stuff. So like you can go to like Europa Park, you can do like specific dates that you want to do and everything like that, and you can just kind of come in here and you can do whatever you want. So hopefully the idea here is I have, this is a thing, when you go to these events, right? It's like you want to make the most of your time and you want to see if like anybody wants to actually meet with you. So last time when I went, I had like 4 or 5 meetings that got scheduled with a Calendly link at the time like this. So something like this is really cool. So I just want to give people the opportunity to meet up with me, mainly for like sponsors and things like that, like different collab opportunities. But yeah, so if you're gonna be there though, let me know, and we will chat. Faux show. So yeah, we got that going. I did that on all these different ones here. Again, specific to the dates, that's all done in Late Point. And yeah, so it'll be a CloudFest hackathon for the first couple of days, then CloudFest. I'm also a media partner over there now, and that's not on their site yet, but I'm a media partner over there, so I'm gonna cover some different things. I'm gonna be making some videos, like at least like a recap video, probably a couple things there, and it's gonna be exciting. So hopefully, you guys, if you ever want to go to Germany and you ever want to go to CloudFest, maybe I'll see you there this March. It's a little late notice, but maybe next March as well. What do we got here? We need a Trump executive order for website building language rules. I mean, honestly, somebody's got to make this shit consistent. Make website language great again. It's funny. That WPE shit was crazy. That was very uncomfortable in there. Yeah. So yeah. All right. What else we got here? Where else am I going? PressConf. Okay. PressConf is exciting. I don't know where you guys are at, if you're in the United States or wherever, but that one's domestic, so I won't have to be on a plane for 9 hours for that one. We're going to Tempe, Arizona in April. Excited about that. More info to come with that one as well, but I would say that if you're interested in going there, that's going to be a really good one. Very business-centric for WordPress. I think there's only going to be 300 people there, and really excited for that one. So yeah, and the last thing here is obviously WordCamp US 2025. Assuming that happens, I will be there. I don't see why it wouldn't happen. I'm just saying that if you go to their website right now, there's not much there, but it is very early. So that one's in August. Excited to go back to Portland. That was a great time. And I think WordCamp Asia is happening like this week, next week, somewhere right around here. Can't go to that, obviously. I won't be attending that. WordCamp Europe. I would have considered going to WordCamp Europe I think it's in Switzerland, Basel, Switzerland, but I cannot. My sister and her fiance are getting married that weekend, so I will be actually the officiant at that wedding. I will be marrying them. So that's kind of important. Can't skip that. So I will not be in Europe this year, but yeah. Anything else? I think that's it. WordPress related trouble. Maybe random other thing. Maybe I have no idea on this yet, but maybe CloudFest USA, like the US version of it in Miami. Apparently much smaller, and I think it's in like November. So I don't know. But the reason that I have, again, the face thing, and also I've been literally the last 2 weeks trying to get all of this shit set up. Okay, like it's like a lot of work to get like, like connect with like different like sponsors and, like event organizers and like as a media partner, like all that sort of stuff literally talks for the last 2 weeks. Just like trying to get all that sort of stuff set up. It's taken a lot more time than you would think. So doing all that, putting all this together, hopefully you guys appreciate some of that. Again, if you have any questions on how this is technical, maybe you don't give a shit about where I'm going, but like if you have any questions on technical stuff, we can always do that. Yeah, just let me know what you are struggling with, and I'm more than happy to assist. I'm actually going to look real quick to see if I have any. I don't think I have. Oh, maybe there is. Somebody's asking about. Somebody's asking about something very particular on X that they reached out to me about, and it was like dynamic. It was like ACF Pro relationships and dynamic content for Elementor, like those two things. And they wanted to have like contact information everywhere. I was hoping that I would get more info about that before we went live, and I could definitely do some more with that. I don't have full thing there, but if you ever have any questions, I'm always interested in ideas. I have a laundry list of ideas, but the problem is like I want to make it sure it's like applicable to people. So yeah, if you have any ideas, definitely let me know, and I will continue to provide as much value as I can. What do we got here? Steve says Germany is the only place outside of Bedford, Cambria County, Westmoreland County, PAs where you might actually run into some of your same surnames. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's a unique one. Yeah, maybe in Poland ish. I don't know. Yeah, it's just it's an interesting one. I have to upgrade my social media game. 680 is the cheap ticket for PressConf. What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, it's a business related conference. I think that, I mean, there's a conversation to be had there between like, like um, what the pricing for like a WordCamp is versus those ones. I mean, it's just less people. It's more intimate. I think that you actually can't see the talks. Like they're not going to record any of the talks. Like you have to be there. So I didn't make the pricing, but I can kind of see somewhere the value is. Also, I'm not sure. Like I think like organizers like are actually getting paid and stuff. So it's definitely a trade off. Like totally as a consumer, like I totally get it that it's more expensive than like a traditional WordCamp and those types of events. But I don't know. I don't know the full economics of it. That's just what I said. Um, all my Kinsey family are in Germany. Oh, nice, sweet, 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 sweet. Okay, what else we got here? We talked about CloudFest, talked about all that sort of stuff, talked about these. Let's go over real quick and we talk about Better Links because I just found this recently. I tweeted about it and it's been serving me well. So if I go, let me copy this link out of my little Notion thing, put it in here, put it over here, boom. So this is like Inception-y because I'm using Better Links to make that link that I just did. But Better Links is basically a link shortener thing that I was looking for. I put out a tweet and I was like looking for a link shortener because I actually got some things over there. So I'm trying to like better my like link tracking game, not just for like sponsored content, affiliate stuff or whatever, but just like even those event things. It's like I'd like to know kind of like where like people are headed and just analytics in general. And I think this is like really interesting for everyone because Google Analytics fucking sucks. Uh, like it's actually really good, but it's like a literal black box of stuff that you have to figure out and deal with and all that sort of stuff. So this isn't specifically an analytics conversation, but I was talking to Derek from Conversion Bridge and I was talking about how all these things kind of like intertwine. And my main thing is that I want to be able to track like when I do like any sort of like campaign stuff for people, I want to be able to track like where those types of things are going, how many clicks and all that sort of stuff on my end, because sometimes you run into situations where it's not as good on the actual product or event end, and it's just like a situation. And again, for you guys, if you're dealing with clients and things, they probably, oops, I just smacked my microphone. They probably want to know like how their analytics are doing and how the links and the different things that they're tracking are doing and all that sort of stuff. So like something like this paired with like an actual like usable or like a nicer platform, I think we could go to, let me see if I can pull this up real quick. I want to show you guys just a couple of things that I think might be like helpful. Let me see here. I got it on the other screen. I'll pull it up in a second. Yeah, this is fine. Why not? I'm an open book. Okay, here we go. So this is Pirsch. So PIRSCH.io. This is Pirsch Analytics. Do I have an affiliate link for this? Always got to ask myself. I don't know. I don't care. Try mjs.link/Pirsch. But this is Pirsch. Okay, now I just tried this. I don't think I am even paying for this yet. I think this is just like a trial period or something. But Derek Ashauer from Conversion Bridge told me about this because this is one of those like Google Analytics alternatives. This is like Fathom and Plausible, kind of like those types of ones where it's like privacy centric. There's not like a bunch of like extra shit. Like it just does what it does. It's very easy to read. It's easy to consume, that type of stuff. So this is like just literally the data for like my website so far in the last like 30 days or whatever. This is the view that you could expect to see in different things. Like you source some sources, mediums, campaign, like entry pages, exit pages. Really cool. Like way easier to navigate in my opinion and way easier to understand than Google Analytics at first glance. I've just had it running just to kind of see. I haven't dove into it heavily, but I just wanted to put this on your radar because I don't think I'm going to be using Google Analytics heavily moving forward. It's cool that it's free, but I don't know. If you're good at Google Analytics, maybe don't change. But I'm exhausted with it. And not only that, like if you have Conversion Bridge, it easily integrates with the other stuff. You can do different things there with whether it's, whatever the page builder that you use for like events and stuff like that with button clicks and all that. All of those two pieces, the analytics, the goal tracking type thing, the journey goal tracking type thing from Conversion Bridge, and then specifically link shortening for somebody like me. Maybe you don't need this. Those three things really kind of getting interesting when you're actually talking about like understanding like, you know, user behavior, data, anything like that. I think it's just a really cool, you know, package there with all three of those. Now you can't get them all together, but I'm saying like those three things when you have that kind of stack lined up. So yeah, just random thing that I wanted to share with you guys there. I think I might be doing some level of like overview for Better Links pretty soon because it's a pretty nice product. The other competitors that I was seeing were like, I think it's called Pretty Links, and there were some other ones, but Better Links is solid. The different, you know, things that you can do with it. If you do have a reason for making these custom short links on you can do it on the same domain, but even on a different domain, like a shorter domain, pricing is, I would say, relatively affordable depending on what your perspective is on it. And yeah, just I've enjoyed it thus far. So that's I created like probably like 100 of these, and for different, you know, tools and everything like that. And yeah, it's been pretty good so far. So again, just analytics, link tracking, goal tracking, all that sort of stuff. Really something that I'd like to up in my game, particularly for me in the way that I'm doing business right now with like different types of you know, technical tracking for, again, like different campaigns, engagements, and things like that I'm doing. But I think for a lot of different use cases, if you want to get into this realm with your clients, I would probably not do this for my clients like standard. I would probably be like, hey, we can make sure, like, this is kind of more like I'm always trying to think like, how would I package any of these things if I was selling this shit to clients? Because when you're doing it for yourself, it's like way easier and way more like fun in a way and like whatever. But like when you're doing it for clients, like you can't just offer all this shit for like, you know, $5 a month. Like you have to actually, this has to be its own thing where, you know, you're doing the maintenance and hosting. That's whatever. That's kind of autopilot-ish. You take care of that. That's whatever. But if you want, this is more of like an upsell, I feel like, on like enhanced analytics, link tracking, that type of thing. You know, kind of similar to how like maybe SEO would be or any sort of like content would be. So I don't know. That's just something that I'm playing around with and I wanted to let you guys know about. We do have one other thing here that I've been thinking about, and we're going to have some more content on here soon. So BitFlows reached out to me, and they were telling me that they were going to have a new product. I think it's Bit Apps technically, but BitFlows is their new product. It's kind of like a Zapier, right? Like an alternative to Zapier and WordPress. So similar to like a Sure Triggers, I think. I haven't used Sure Triggers incredibly extensively. I've used it a little bit. Interested to check out BitFlows, so I'm going to be making like kind of a product overview video for them to kind of give everybody a look at kind of what they have to offer. If you want to see me try something specific with BitFlows, definitely let me know. If you have like something that you think is kind of interesting for that to see if it can do, then I'm definitely down to hear it. And I think, let's see what the pricing is like. So starter. So right now, this is brand new. So right now they have like early bird lifetime stuff too. So something interesting to consider. But yeah, I love this type of stuff. Like I said, there's so many now. There's like ones that are built into WordPress. There's ones that like N8N and things like that sit on their own. There's just a lot of options, and there's no shortage of things to explore. So I have my work cut out for me. But yeah, so that's another one that we're going to be seeing here soon and playing around with. So yeah, if you're interested in that, go take a look. Let me head over to here. Let me check the chat here. Okay, we're looking good. Looking good. Cool. Honestly, I'm probably going to end this one a little early because I do have some things that I need to take care of. But yeah, I think next week on Thursday, there's a good chance next week on Thursday we're going to have a special guest. Most likely. Haven't confirmed entirely yet, but it's currently scheduled. The only thing that could change it is the healing time of my face, which I think is going swimmingly. So we got that set. I will definitely make sure you're following on X and on here. I'll make sure everything's scheduled and you kind of see all that. And then also I will be on most likely next week. I'll be on a different channel. That's exciting. Can't announce too much. I don't know what I can't say. So that's exciting. And yeah, a lot more good content. I want to continue to explore these other platforms a little bit because, again, like I said, especially like with the Elementor stuff that's going on, there's gonna be a lot happening here in the next like I would say like 1 to 3 years. Like, I mean, that's probably too long, but like that coupled with like the AI stuff, the automation stuff, there's a lot of really cool things that I want to make sure that I continue to try. So, we can kind of like talk about how maybe you would sell this to clients or just how you can use it for yourself in your own business. I'm always trying to make my shit easier and better and like less hectic, less stuff that's going on, and make things more automated so I can devote more time to like actually improving my sales process or my business or whatever to make more money. For me, this is the year of making money, so that's kind of what we're trying to do here. But yeah, I mean, got a lot of different ideas in the pipeline. Probably going to collab with some more creators this year on different things. So we got a lot to do. If you guys have any thoughts, questions, comments, you definitely let me know. You know how to find me. And yeah, Elaine, thank you so much. I am definitely feeling good. I just look a little rough right now, but I appreciate that. Yeah, so that's it. All right. I'm going to end this one here, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thursdays, 11 a.m. Eastern, right here, every single week. We'll talk to you in the next one. See you later.